Welcome to Hebrew Words in Scripture. This is lesson 78. And in this lesson, let's look at the name Sarai. And we see here in Genesis 11:29, it says, "And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah." And we see here that Sarai is H8297 and H8297 as Shin Resh Yod, Sarai, and it means princess. And it comes from H8269, and it's Shin Resh Sar, and it means prince, ruler, leader, chief, chieftain, official, or captain. In this case, the meaning prince is intended, and of course, princess is the female form of the word prince. It comes from H8323, basically means a head person. H8323 is Shin Resh Resh Sarar, and it means to be or to act as a prince, to rule, to contend, to have power. Definition is a primitive root. It is a primitive root, and it means basically to exercise dominion, to have or exercise dominion. Let's look at another use of the word sar in Isaiah 9:6. "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace." Let's look at the two words prince and peace. We see that prince is 8269 and peace is 7965. We'll look at both of these words. It should be no surprise that 8269 is our word sar, which we've already looked at in this lesson, and it's a prince, a ruler, a leader, a chief, chieftain, official, and captain. I'll call your attention to the tiny dot above the downward leg of the letter Shin in the word sar. It's almost invisible, and it's hard for me to mark. Now let's look at our second word, peace, H7965. We see that it's Shin Lamed Vav Mem, Shalom, and its meaning is completeness, soundness, welfare, peace. And I'll call your attention again to the downward leg of the Shin on the right hand side, and again it's a tiny dot, and it's hard to mark. Here is the actual text in my interlinear Hebrew English. You see the word prince and peace, and above it we see the word sar and shalom, and notice, if you can, the dots above the Shin of prince and the Shin of peace. Here's the expanded version. We see prince, the word Shin Resh. There's a grammatical marking or a marking to tie those two words together. At the top of the left-hand leg of the Shin of prince, there's a tiny dot, and shalom, the peace, the Shin, the right hand leg of that word is clearly see the dot above it. The dot to the left on Shin makes it a S sound, sar. The dot to the right on the sheen makes it a SH sound, a sh sound, so we get shalom. We will not deal with these distinctions. We've decided in this lesson, these lessons, that we will only deal with the S sound. If we happen to get it right, that's fine, but there is a distinction. I want to look at the word sar that we've been examining in this lesson and compare it to the word czar in other languages. The name Nebuchadnezzar is of the great king of Babylon who captured Jerusalem and carried Judah captive. We know who this guy is. The word is of a Babylonian origin. Notice it says, "May Nebo protect the crown." The crown is the same as the king, and it has a Sadi and a Resh, Tsar. Again, in the book of Daniel, we see the Babylonian name for Daniel, Belteshazzar. Notice the ending of Belteshazzar is again the word Tsar. And the king that was ruling at the end of the Babylonian reign, notice it says it's of a foreign origin. It is Bel protect the king. And again, the last phrase, last part of this word is Tsar. Sadi Resh. And I think we see this word Tsar tailed over into modern language. We see Caesar in Rome. We see Kaiser in Germany. And we see the word Tsar or Tsar in Russia. And so we see the deep meaning of this word Sarai, Sar. And I suspect its meaning started at the time or before the time of Abraham.